Signor Michele Colucci, Tilburg University, Professor of International and European Sports Law.
First of all, I apologize because I did not bring with me teddy bears, but I brought with me students from all over Europe. On the last row of the team. In order to speak, to dream about the future European sports policy, we should ask ourselves some fundamental questions. The first one, very simple, very general. Who can do what? Who can do what? The answers are in the treaty. In the treaty. In Article 165, and not only there. What is the right level of EU involvement in sport? It's there, again, in the treaty. Coordination and support. What does it mean? This simply means that the governance in sport remains still a primary responsibility with member states on one side and sports federations on the other side. Very easy. The right question also to be asked today is, what do and what can, I underline, what can sports stakeholders ask to the European Union institutions? And which ones? We all know, as studies will be made, they claim two basic things. Legal certainty and the recognition of specificity. Believe me, I doubt about the existence of legal certainty as a lawyer. Why? Because when a rule is drafted and must be applied, must be implemented, it needs to be interpreted. And who can interpret that rule? Michele Colucci? No. You? No. The European Commission? No. It's the Court of Justice. And what does specificity mean? Can you give me a definition, a unique definition of specificity? No. And by the way, the first one who gave you the definition of specificity was the European Commission in the White Paper on Sport. It was on the mouth of everybody since years, since the Bosman judgment, and then with the Becca Medina judgment. But the first one who was able to give a definition of specificity was the European Commission in the White Paper on Sport. Then it has been recalled in the Lisbon Treaty. Immediately after the entry into force of the Lisbon Treaty, the European Olympic movement, the European teams federations, the leagues, the athletes, each of them gave their own definition of specificity. And once again, I repeat to you, what does it mean specific? I am specific, you are specific, you are specific. What are the potential areas of EU action? I don't go into details here because I think that already the director of the European Commission gave an answer to this. At the same time, Ms. Chairwoman, if you allow me, I don't share the feeling of disappointment that you were referring to in the beginning of your speech. And you know why? Because the treaty actually gives us something more with regard to sport. The treaty now refers to sport beyond its economic dimension. And I prepared also a slide to give an idea, so you will never forget my name, you will never forget my face. What is the scope of this treaty? It refers to professionals, it refers to amateurs. Who are the amateurs? Can you define yourself as amateurs? The only definition that I found as amateur is the one given by FIFA in its regulation. Amateur is the one who play for fun, for fun, for fun. Have fun, and you will be an amateur. The attention of the European Union institutions now should be switched from, or maybe should be focused on amateurs and not only on professionals. And now I just come with my two concrete proposals. The treaty gives the Union the opportunity to coordinate and to support. How can you coordinate something or someone? How can I coordinate you if I don't know your background, your skills, and so on? The European Union can coordinate the sport movement only if we have something that I call European Union Observatory, but you can call it agency or with another name, which has three goals. First of all, gather information in every single member state, in every federation. What is an amateur in Italy does not necessarily is an amateur in Belgium, or in Germany, or in Denmark. A solution given to the by the Football Federation in Italy for doping, maybe it's not efficient like the one given by the Swedish Federation. We gather information, we spot deficiencies. At the same time, we try to disseminate best practices by doing like that. And here the second proposal, the last one, that I give you not as a lawyer, not as a professor, but as Erasmus. I was, and I am an Erasmus student, proud to be. I have a bunch of Erasmus students here. What has been one of the most beautiful, successful programs in the history of the European Union? The Erasmus Programme. More than 2 million citizens and students moved from a country to another one and studied for there. Why should not we think about the same thing? For whom? For athletes, for the ones who play for fun. They can go play and train themselves in another country. Why should not we think about the volunteer within this program? Why should not we think about the creation of events? This is something which is really not new. It was already there in the President's conclusions in Fontainebleau in 1984. I truly believe in the European Union, in its values, and I do believe that sport must be considered a fundamental instrument for the European integration. Thanks so much, and thanks to my students who woke up very early this morning to come here.